Welcome back to Crypto Pulse Weekly, the podcast that keeps you ahead of the curve in the fast-moving world of digital assets. I'm your name, and today, we've got a packed episode covering this week's biggest stories in crypto and what to watch for between February 7th and February 15th. Bitcoin's volatility is back, Ethereum is making headlines, and altcoins are seeing fresh interest. Plus, regulatory moves, institutional shifts, and what's next for the markets. Let's get into it. Bitcoin's wild week. What's behind the price swings? Bitcoin had a roller coaster ride over the past few days, starting the week near $43,500, then dropping below $41,000, only to bounce back. So, what's causing these price swings? A few key factors are in play. FOMC fallout. The Fed's recent meeting didn't bring rate cuts, and that put pressure on risk assets, including Bitcoin. Investors were hoping for a more dovish stance, but Powell made it clear, they're still watching inflation closely. ETF flows cooling off. After an explosive start in January, Bitcoin ETFs have seen slower inflows. BlackRock and Fidelity's funds are still attracting money, but not at the pace we saw in their early days. Whale moves. On-chain data shows some large Bitcoin holders moving funds to exchanges, sparking speculation that some early ETF buyers might be taking profits. What's next for BTC? Bitcoin needs to hold above $42,000 for bulls to stay in control. If it breaks below $40,500, we could see a retest of $39,000 before any major upside. On the flip side, if it clears $44,200, we could be looking at a run toward $47,000 in the coming weeks. Ethereum making moves, staking boom and ETF speculation. Ethereum has been trading in the $2,250 to $2,400 range, and there's been a lot of excitement around two things, staking and ETFs. Staking hits record levels, more ETH is being locked up than ever, with the total staked now over 30 million ETH. This reduces liquid supply, which could help price action. Ethereum ETF hype. The SEC's decision on spot ETH ETFs is coming in May, and while approval isn't guaranteed, traders are positioning ahead of time. Key levels for ETH. Bulls need a clean break above $2,500 to open the door for a move toward $2,800. If ETH dips, support sits at $2,200, and losing that could mean a trip back to $2,050. Altcoin watch. Where's the momentum? While Bitcoin and Ethereum dominate headlines, some altcoins have been quietly outperforming. Here's what's hot. Solana, SOL is still holding strong above $95, and if it can push past $110, a run to $130 plus isn't out of the question. The network's growing DeFi ecosystem is a big factor. Chainlink, link with institutions using Chainlink's cross-chain interoperability protocol, CCIP, link has been climbing. A breakout above $20 could send it toward $25. Toncoin, TON, this one's been making waves with Telegram integrations. If adoption keeps growing, TON could see a push toward $3.50 next week. Caution for low-cap coins. We're seeing more speculation in small-cap tokens, and while that's great for traders, be careful with over-leveraged positions. If Bitcoin pulls back, riskier altcoins could see sharp declines. Regulation and institutional moves. What's coming? This week, regulators made some noise. SEC crackdown continues. The agency is still going after projects it deems as unregistered securities, with Robinhood and Kraken facing scrutiny. Spot Bitcoin ETFs. Europe joins in. France and Germany are showing interest in Bitcoin ETFs after the US launch. If European regulators approve them, it could drive more institutional demand. JP Morgan expands crypto services. The banking giant is exploring ways to offer tokenized assets and blockchain-based settlements, a sign that legacy finance isn't ignoring crypto anymore. Crypto forecast, February 7th to February 15th. Now, let's talk about next week. What should we be watching? Bitcoin's weekly close. If BTC holds above $42,000, it's a good sign. But if it starts slipping toward $40,000, expect increased volatility. Altcoins need Bitcoin stability. If BTC remains steady, projects like SOL, Link, and AVAX could keep climbing. But if BTC dips hard, expect a broader altcoin pullback. Macro events matter. February 13th, US CPI report, inflation data could impact risk assets. February 15th, retail sales data. If consumer spending is weak, it could influence investor sentiment. Ethereum ETF speculation. Keep an eye on ETH-related headlines. Any sign of positive ETF developments could push prices higher. Final thoughts. Where's crypto heading? We're in an interesting spot. Bulls are still in control, but macro events and regulation could shake things up. If Bitcoin can hold key levels and ETF demand picks back up, we could see an early breakout before March. But if uncertainty creeps in, a choppy range between $39,000 to $45,000 is more likely. For Ethereum and altcoins, the next few weeks will be crucial. If the market sees renewed risk appetite, we could get a strong altcoin season leading into spring. That's a wrap for this week's Crypto Pulse Weekly. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with fellow traders and investors. And don't forget, next week, we'll be diving into new developments, price trends, and more insights to keep you ahead of the game. I'm Crypto Corner, and I'll catch you on the next one. Trade smart, stay informed, and keep your crypto radar sharp. See you next week.